Hello, good morning. Happy Tuesday that feels like a Monday. How about you? How are you doing today? Are you feeling like it's the start of the week? We're going to start the week with this lovely mind class. We've got a lot of mobility, balance, and then we're going to do that flexibility at the end. Okay, so loosening everything up in the beginning, a lot of shoulder rotations, working through the shoulders and the hips. And then we'll work on some balance and some spinal rotations. And then we're going to do that great stretching at the end. There's my favorite. If people would just stop messaging. Not you guys. You're fine messaging me. I love our little chat box this morning. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Rachel. I'm glad you're here. It's other people blowing up my phone. Okay, here we go. Putting on our timer, and we're going to begin. So all you need today is space. If you want to get something for your knee, you can. If you're having any issues with your knees and you just want to put something underneath it, obviously, Rachel, slowly come back to us post-injury and just do what you can. Don't overdo anything today. So I'm going to put these here just in case I need them. Hopefully I don't. We're going to start now. How about that? We're going to go center our mats. I just did my mat lengthwise today for no particular reason. So how long do I have to get ready? Get ready. Let's go. Okay, arms are going to come up overhead. Remember to set your watches to yoga if you're tracking today. We're just going to exhale or inhale and then fold forward. I said exhale and I automatically went inhale. Inhale, exhale with the T, fold forward, toes forward, tailbone back, big bend. Inhale, exhale. So right now, just working on our posture, nice and tall, and then hinging at your hips, chest coming towards the floor. Listen, if I'm kind of playing around with my shoulder rotations a little bit, so you do that too. If you want to go palms down, palms back, thumbs up, kind of play around with that a little bit as we begin here. So you set your watches to yoga. Maybe you're playing some soft music. Maybe you're watching the news while you do this. I don't know. In the morning show. You actually could follow me and do this and watch something simultaneously. Just saying. All right, standing with our feet about hip width, we're going to bring our hands to goalposts with a flat palm, or you can make a fist, it's up to you. We're just going to take one arm, rotate it down. So we've got goalposts. If you can see your reflection somewhere, take a look. This is like Mr. Roboto. Do you have your elbows straight out from your shoulders? And then it's almost like someone's behind you and you're like, high five. I will tell you that there is a little strain in my shoulders. I'm just moving to where I can if you're feeling that as well. Only rotating to where you can go, okay? This is your own range of motion. If you get here and that's enough, like here, and that's enough, go with it, okay? And if you can get a little bit further down, go with it. You want to try to keep your shoulder in line with your elbow. Let's go ahead and release for a second, shake those shoulders out. Keeping with our feet hip width apart, take your arms up overhead. We're going to pull down as if we're doing a pull-up and take a little side bend, center, reach up, pull down, side bend, center, okay? So pretend like you're squeezing your shoulder blades together and doing a pull-up on a pull-up bar, and then take your rib cage to your hip bone, side bends. So a stretch on one side, and then contract in your center as you lift up. How are our shoulders feeling? They're definitely warm. We're gonna get a little shoulder work today. Everybody's gonna have nice rounded shoulders when we're done. Put on your tank tops. Walk around with really tall posture. People are gonna be like, wow, posture's great. Yes, I did this class this morning that helped me with it. All right, go ahead and release again, kind of shake it out. Shake and shimmy. All right, we're gonna take a side lunge with our arms out to a T. So we're gonna take like a wide stance here. Okay, so heel toe on out, nice and wide. You're gonna side lunge, and then as you come to center, a windmill. Now let's go the other direction. Side lunge, shift your body weight, and then windmill, opposite hand to opposite foot. So we shift, center, twist. Other side. Shift, center, twist. You cannot make the reach all the way to your toe. Maybe you're coming to your shin, okay? That's fine. Find where you can reach and go there. Side lunge, center, twist, side lunge, center, twist. There's an ankle crack. Somebody asked me the other day, like, is it normal for all of my joints to be cracking? And I was like, it was somebody who was older than me, and I was like, it's okay. It's okay. Both arms are up. Take a squat down, stand up, rotate. Squat down, woo, rotate. Sink down and back, drive up through your legs, find your balance. Try to stack your shoulders over your hips, core tight, and rotate. After this one, we're gonna release our arms. So you got a little reprieve on your shoulders. So what I just did right there is I crept up my traps just a little bit. I gotta keep them down. So if you feel like when you're doing that, whew, you're creeping your traps and your ears, take a nice long neck, then do it. 5 seconds, my shoulders will be happy. Okay, feet are gonna come just underneath us. We're gonna take a really nice spinal roll. So it's exactly what it sounds like, one vertebrae at a time. We're gonna tuck our chin, roll straight down. And if you get to your toes, cool. If you get to the floor, cool. If you wanna hang a little bit, cool. And if you can't get that far, that's okay. Go to where you can go, maybe a little hold, and then roll in reverse, one vertebrae at a time. Slow, 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 slow. Shoulders, neck, head, and then tuck, chin. Round out your shoulders. Round out your spine. Roll. And then reverse. You have a good long weekend? Did it feel like it flew by? Even though it was long? Whew, we had quite the day yesterday, so we're gonna go ahead and take our right leg and we're gonna swing up and down. Up and down. So a little bit like a toy soldier, where you just got a flat flexed foot, up and down. Trying to balance on one leg. Doesn't matter how high you go, if you can just come here to here. This is a little bit of balance work for you, and a little bit of work on our quad. When you flex above your knee, that helps actually build the strength around your leg. If you can keep your foot flexed and lift right here with your quad, focus right there and then just squeeze. It helps lift the muscles away from your kneecap. So, finding your knees have been sensitive for any reason lately, this is always a good exercise to do. No equipment necessary, just body weight. Let's switch and do the other side. So find your balance on your other foot, rooted into the ground, flatten out, flex your foot, lift. I said toy soldier, it reminds me a little bit about Nutcracker that we did the past 2 weeks. The song comes into my head. Dun, 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 dun. Try to keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. Try to stop yourself from rocking. You want to swing a little bit more and work a little bit on loosening up your hip flexor and hip mobility. You can swing, make it a little quicker movement. Just make sure you're using the top of your quad and your foot is flexed. Okay? Tap on the ground if you need to. So we just went front. Our next one's going to be side. We'll do some side leg lifts. Same concept, same thought process as far as keeping our foot flat and flexed. Root yourself in the ground. Let's switch legs. This time we're coming out. So hips are squared off. You got eyeballs on your hips. They're looking at me, okay, or in front of you. Maybe find a focal point to focus on to hold your balance. Now I'm swinging my leg and coming back and not tapping it. I'm letting it hover. But if you need to tap, tap, and then lift. Flat flexed foot. We're using our abductor. All through here, okay? shoulder over your hip, over your knee on the standing leg. So if you find yourself falling this way, even just a little bit, even if you're just doing a little bit like this, I need you to get yourself really upright and maybe don't lift so high. So nice little arch. Paint a little piece of pie right here. Almost there. So your stabilizing leg, your standing leg is burning too. Let's switch sides. So as we go into the other leg, it might be already tired. Mine already is. Same thing. Flat flexed foot, toes pointing forward, hips pointing forward. Maybe you're not coming up very high. You can keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. This is it. Then we're going into more balance. So this is kind of your mobility. We'll head into stability next. As if this isn't already a little bit though, right? There's a little bit of everything all mixed into one. Core tight here, okay? Think about engaging through your center. Lift with your heel, flat flexed foot. We got 15 more seconds. If you need to roll anything out, shake it off a little bit, but it's burning. And then come back. Find your balance. Shoulder over your hip, over your knee, over your ankle. If you're finding that like your body wants to turn out, all right, walk it off. If you're finding that your body wants to turn out, your hips, your feet, you're wanting to shift your body weight, it's just imbalances in our body, and that's what we're working on today, is trying to straighten that out. Okay, we're going flamingo. Right leg on the floor. You can peg leg your toe, or you can lift it all the way up like a flamingo. Arms come up overhead when you're ready. Shoulders out of your ears, long, straight neck. We're just balancing here. You need to prop your toe on the floor and just play around a little bit. That's fine too. Shoulders stacked over the hips, over the knee, over the ankle. Toes forward. Whew. Breathe. Draw your belly button in and keep your core tight. Something that seems so simple, balancing on one foot, quite challenging. We didn't know we were going to get a leg burner today. You're welcome. You're welcome. Tomorrow we're going to do warrior rhythm. We've got more leg work in that one. Should have thought this one out a little bit more, huh? We did legs and cardio yesterday. It's okay. We can have kind of a leg heavy day. All right, from here, you're going to be doing basically a warrior 3 or a hip hinge. You can take your fingertips, spread them out wide, hands straight down from your shoulders. We're going to balance and extend our leg behind us. Reach towards the floor, long, straight back, long, straight neck, okay? So it's just like a single leg Romanian deadlift or like a warrior 3, okay? You may hold the pose, or you can flow with me. You can also fall out of it with me. So try to root your foot into the ground. You feel your stabilizing muscles just working, shaking. Good thing. Those muscles in our feet hold us to the ground. Dig your big toe into the floor. Does that help you a little bit on your balance? Push your big toe into the ground. Okay. Fall out of it, step out of it. Let's move on. Right leg forward. Left leg is going to come back in a lunge. And we're going to rotate. We'll step up. You can reach forward and rotate. You can keep your arms out to the side and rotate. You choose, okay? I had 3 versions of this. Center, long center, or a T. The point is to make a lunge rotation. So what works for you in your balance right now, okay? Maybe you want to keep doing a combination of all. It's super functional, right? Like, because sometimes we're like, oh, I gotta reach that. No, we don't. We usually don't reach like this, but we do reach like, oh, I gotta put that over here. Or, oh, I gotta put this over there. Function. All right, this right leg is gonna come forward and we're gonna reach up. So you're gonna come forward, push off your heel, and then push back. Forward, push back. Now you see, I'm not bending my knee or coming very far forward yet, okay? I'm gonna play around and make sure that my knee is safe. push off your heel, step up. Reach, push off your heel, step up. So to make this deeper, you take a longer step forward, bend down, step up, okay? This is my knee that I always have to be careful of. But take a few warm-up forward lunges till you get to the point where you can take a little deeper. Okay, so be really narrow if you need to, just don't come down as far. Listen to your body, and then when you're ready, make it a little bigger. I'm sweating now. All right, side lunges. We're gonna take a nice big reach across and come back. You wanna kind of reach the back arm out too, and then come back. We have one more thing to do on this leg. Push off your heel, toes forward after this. And then we're gonna repeat everything on the other side. A nice big reach. If you can't touch the ground, maybe you're reaching here, okay? So we're adding a little spinal rotation, kind of like we did in the beginning with that side lunge windmill. Push off your heel, toes forward. Or just don't come down as far, right? You need to adjust. All right, pause. Everything on the other side, are you ready? Let's balance everything out literally. We've got flamingo. You need to stay here or here. Otherwise, let's bring it all the way up. Shoulders out of your ears. Adjust so that your biceps are by your ears. And you're trying to keep your shoulder over your hip, over your knee, over your ankle. Or tight. So you might feel like your left butt cheek is squeezing. Feel my calf engaged. And trying to push my big toe into the floor. See if I can fan out the rest of my toes. So if you can spread your toes a little bit more, mine were a little bit curled under. They keep wanting to curl. So I have a tendency to over-rotate outwards in my feet because I have no arches. So you'll find how your feet kind of find their balance. So in doing this rotation out, my toes are curling. I'm trying to straighten them. What are your toes doing? Those toes. Switch feet, hinge forward. So you can take a nice wide T with your arms. You can take your arms behind you. If I can find my balance on this leg. Oh, we were doing it this way before, that's why. Okay, Do the arms that work for you. This is helping me today. So try to keep your hips, this is the one that's kind of rotating open, but try to keep your hips facing the ground. I can't wait to stretch out these hips when we're done and our hamstrings. I cannot find my balance on this leg today, but I'll keep working on it. We'll keep working together. Whew. This is always the leg. Come on. I think it gets overworked sometimes and it just gets really tired and I lose my balance. All right, taking a lunge to the back and then we rotate. Remember, I gave you an option of arms, so choose your own adventure on this one. Thanks for joining today. I know this is challenging because it's a little bit slower paced, right? But it's so good for us. You're probably like today going like, wow, this is a challenging class. I know I'm feeling challenged. Especially on a day that feels like a Monday. Remember, you can come back to this class anytime. You can always, follow along, mute me so you know that we're doing it on not a Tuesday, different day of the week, and you don't want to listen to the current chatter. Add some music. Get moving. You've done it once before. And time. All right. Front lunge, reach up. Whew. So this leg's coming forward. Push off your heel. Reaching overhead, so we have an overhead swing. Finding some balance. Push off your heel. If you're pushing off your toe, you might be feeling something in your knee. So try to push off your heel. And the ball of your foot will help a little bit, okay? This is where my big toe is off the ground and not helping me. Because if my big toe is on the ground, that means that my weight might be shifting forward at my kneecap, and I don't want that. So a few warm-up lunges, get a little bit deeper. This side, I think it can get a little deeper. It's my better knee. Which side's working better for you? We're breathing. One more. Take our side lunge, reach across. Side lunge, hip to the back wall, right? Toes forward. Little twist. Push off your heel. Whew. Breathe. My heart rate's up. I don't know if you're tracking on your watch, but take a peek. A lot of leg movement. And breathe. Our next set of work is coming up. Oh, I skipped something, but that's okay. I'm going to leave it skipped. I said there was like one more thing to do, and we didn't do it, right? Okay. We're going to end here and move on to the next section. So we're ending our stability and moving on to flexibility. So as we move into flexibility, we're going to come down to the floor. Our first move, we are kneeling. So if you need something like these pads or something to put underneath your knees, something cushiony, please do. I'm going to skip ahead on our timer. I promise, all you missed was a lunge combo, so I don't think you're going to be sad we missed it. Okay, so come down to one knee. I'm going to put my right leg forward, left knee down. Love this stretch. Wasn't sure if I'd be able to do it. If you have a chair or a couch nearby and you need to grab it, as you grab for your foot, we're taking a quad stretch. So find some balance after you grab your foot. Shoulder over your hip, over your knee. Pull your heel to your butt. It might not make it there, but just try. Whew. You fall out of it. Come back. Reset. Okay. Find a focal point. Posture is tall. Heels towards your butt. And you're trying to keep your heel like directly behind you, not up to the side, okay? Because there's a tendency to want to go that way. Get in. And every so often, take your heel to your butt, just like a centimeter, and a centimeter, and a centimeter. Couple more seconds here. And let's switch and do the other side. Other leg comes up. That felt really good. It is challenging to try to grab my foot. There we go. Okay. Now I have you as my focal point. I'm staring at you. I've got my heel coming towards my butt, and I'm finding balance on my opposite leg, which means I have to move it out a little bit wider to get my stance. I'm going to reach my arm to you and my eye gaze to you to hold my focal point as I pull my heel closer to my butt. This is to stretch out the front of your thigh. And if kneeling is just not happening for you, stand up, hold a piece of furniture, and do a standing quad stretch. Whew. Breathe and settle here as we stretch. Let your heart rate come down. Let the sweat kind of glisten off of you. 3, 2, 1. We are going to sit down. We're going to sit. We're going to make a V shape with our feet and then flex them. We've got a saw. So we're going opposite arm, opposite leg, reaching. We've done this before, cardio countdown in different classes. So even in this class, we've done this. So what I need for you to do is just flat, straight back, okay? Shoulders over your hips. Lead forward with your chest. Lead forward with your fingertips. I don't care how wide your feet are. You need to come more narrow, fine. You want to come wider, that's fine too. So as you're reaching forward, you feel your hamstrings open up. All that balance work we just did starts to stretch out, which is just awesome. So I have flat flexed feet. You check yourselves. All right, then we're gonna come into a hamstring stretch. Oh, yep. Work your way there. Work your way there. Let's go right leg first, okay? I always tell you if this leg is holding you back, if it's really tight, you can extend it a little bit longer. And then try to lean forward with your chest. So what I don't want to see is like you're rounded out like this. Because unless you want to stretch your back, but that's all it's going to do is really stretch your back. If you lean forward with your chest, then we target stretching our leg, lengthen your leg, which then will lengthen your back. I'm going to switch and do the other side. Go ahead. Get in position now. Reach forward. If you can't make it to your foot, you've got an ankle and you've got a calf. Okay, and still leading your chest towards your knee or straight ahead of you. How does that feel? You feel like your hips opening up a little bit too? Here for another 25 seconds. Breathing. You're gonna hold this stretch. As you exhale, you can come a little deeper into your stretch. It might not be far. We can continue to try, right? We got 10 seconds left here in this hold. Okay, let's come into a figure four. So let's take this leg I just did. Let's do this, the hip. Okay. Doesn't really matter which leg, but we're gonna go figure four. Chest to your calf. Try to open up your leg so it's parallel to the ground. You might still be about here with it. I'm gonna ask you to try to open up your hip and your knee towards the floor. It might be a matter of just letting your bottom foot come out a little bit so you can open it up, okay? And then how we were folding forward slowly in our breath, instead you're gonna pull your heel slowly towards you to make it a deeper stretch each time, okay? So inhale, exhale, maybe slide your foot a centimeter. Doesn't even have to be far, you guys. Inch by inch, right? How we crawl out to plank, we can inch by inch, a little figure four here. And then let's get ready to switch legs. As my foot inched towards me, my back just kept going further back. I'm fighting the flexibility here. Okay, hug that leg. You can use your elbow to open up your thigh. I kind of cradle my leg. Trying to lead my chest forward. Exhale, centimeter. This is as far as I'm going right now. Feels really good. Find that sweet spot and stay there. So I can see already, you can probably tell too, my foot's rolling out. See, that's what it wants to do. So let me see if I can fix it. There's all these little things that if you check yourself, you're fine. You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I did that. Your foot rolling out. Try to get it forward while keeping your shoulders and your hips forward too. Whew. Our body's constantly adapting and adjusting to everything. We're very adaptable. So trying to get ourselves back to our factory settings, our original factory settings. All right, we're gonna come to our backs. We're gonna pull our knees towards our chest, arms out to the side, and we're just gonna do a little wiper with a bent knee, so roll side to side. Trying to keep your shoulders on the ground. If you want to straighten your legs a little bit more, you're welcome to. It's a little bit more core work. Feel that stretch through your lower back now, which then will open up your hips as well. All right, by now, hopefully the sweat has kind of slowed down. Your heart rate has slowed down. Go ahead and pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Inhale, exhale. Roll yourself up to sit. What I would say to you right now is we are done. But if you would like to continue on with some of your stretching, if there's something specific that you know you want to work on, now is a really good time because your body's super warm. And drink some water because your legs just got a little bit of a workout. Your shoulders got a bit of a workout. And let's rehydrate whatever we just sweat out. Tomorrow we have Warrior Rhythm class. It is the routine that we've only done like maybe twice. So we'll work through that. Try to take it a little bit slower and explain some sections so that we can feel really successful with it. And then, gosh, it's already kickboxing on Friday and soul fusion on Saturday. So have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me. This can be replayed anytime, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye, guys.